Why are you yelling at my boobs?
Because that's where the camera is. Nice try, Ray Ray.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 mistakes left in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
What about you? What's your tell?
It is subtle. You will never discern it.
Oh, really? Well, challenge accepted.
For this list, we'll be looking at the times the cop comedy left in various blunders and continuity errors. Let's get nitpicky. What was your favorite slip-up on the show? Are there any we missed? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Jake Peralta's bulletproof vest. While Detective Jake Peralta is a bit of a jokester, he takes his work at the NYPD very seriously.
I had an informant on the inside. He's been here for years, watching, learning, waiting. His code name? Fuzzy Cuddle Bear. He's an Anacam.
Since he does sometimes go overboard, trying to relive his action hero fantasies, you would expect him to know how to handle himself in high-pressure situations, right? Well, it turns out he has a hard time figuring out how to put on a bulletproof vest.
Make more sharp robot.
That's a terrible robot voice.
Yep.
When the team closes in on a perp in the pilot, we're gifted with a slow-mo sequence with Amy, Jake, and Holt running out of the car. But then we see Jake putting his head through the armhole of his protective vest. What's even weirder is why another take wasn't used. This can't have been on purpose. It's basic training stuff, guys.
Captain, I'm sorry. I feel like a jackass.
Number 9. Raymond Holt isn't a fan of TVs. Holt is a very confident man who doesn't feel the need to embellish his character with likes, so it's surprising to see his character lie between seasons about having a television in his bedroom. When the squad goes to a beach house to unwind in season 2, Holt shares his opinion on screen time.
I know they say it's not good to have a TV in the bedroom, which is why I don't.
But the thing is, during the first ever party the team goes to at his house, Amy is seen flicking through documentaries on the television in his bedroom.
I need DVR. Tell me the captain's secrets. Unveil yourself to me.
Is it an image thing? Does he feel like admitting to having one in his bedroom makes him lesser? It's more likely the writers forgot this moment from the first season.
Sarcasm. The cowards lie.
Number 8. Holt's lying tell. Speaking of Captain Raymond Holt lying, the super serious man in charge seems to be in remarkable control of his body, as he's able to change his mannerisms at will. During season 1, Jake and Holt get locked up in a safe house together after the Capitan gets sent a death threat.
It's real!
Wrong, it's not real.
You're lying!
You have a tell. When you lie, the corner of your mouth moves, and it just moves.
Jake is able to tell that Holt's lying because of an unconscious facial twitch. It seems mostly involuntary, which makes it remarkable that he's adjusted to such a vulnerability.
But this is my problem, and I'm gonna solve it on my own. Boyle, uncuff me.
In season 5, after a slight relapse into gambling, Jake deduces his tell once again, but it's not the same one we saw earlier.
When you're lying, you use contractions. Lots of them.
I've lost control. I'm taking myself off the case. I've just done it again. Oops. There's another time. I shouldn't have answered.
It's in character that Holt would take exhaustive precautions to hide when he lies, but it's more likely staff forgot about the other one, or maybe he just has two. Number 7. Jake can grow a mustache. Jake is the epitome of a man-child in more ways than just his attitude. He also seems to be stuck without facial hair.
You know I had a major crush on Magnum PI. Major.
Oh, should I grow a mustache?
Yeah, you should.
Actually, I can't. I'm physically incapable. I shouldn't have suggested that. Should we go in?
Or at least, that was the case until season 5. In season 3, one of the jokes Peralta states on multiple occasions is that he can't grow a mustache.
For today is the day I forever change.
Ooh, are you finally growing a mustache?
No, you know I can't do that, and it's cruel of you to keep bringing it up.
However, after a stint in the prison system, he's got a beard. Sort of. It's patchy in places, but it proves he can grow hair around his mouth. Maybe it was his previous diet that caused his hairlessness? He did eat a lot of unhealthy stuff, and the prison food could have been good for him.
You eat 9 people and all of a sudden they don't know who you are anymore.
Wait. What?
Number 6. That's not how you spell sergeant. Set design is a tough job. You have to turn an empty area, essentially a blank canvas, into a believably lived-in space.
Do you want to hear about it? Absolutely. Please tell us that story and spare no detail.
For the most part, the police station of the 99th Precinct is done well. The meticulous detail in certain areas is fantastic, but unfortunately, it seems like someone forgot to run a spell checker on some of the wall decors. For example, during the episode Auspice, Rosa has a word with Jake after they need to work with a rather annoying colleague.
Look, it's not just that Donger's annoying. He ruined the whole operation. The perp got away because he's the world's biggest tool. No, tools can be useful. He's the world's smallest tool.
In the background, you can see the staff listings for the floor, where the word sergeant is very clearly misspelled. It's an easy thing to miss, but it would certainly make some grammar fanatic, say like Amy, freak out.
Could you please knock it off? It's like working inside a beaver dam.
Number 5, Holt's Halloween Heist. The 9/9 heists are some of the best episodes in the entire series, as we see all the characters go head to head to prove who is an amazing detective/genius.
This year's the tiebreaker, a final heist to decide once and for all the true king of the 9/9.
Halfway through Halloween 3, the treasure ends up in Jake's desk drawer, but of course Team Holt has a plan for this. After distracting the detective, Holt undoes the back of the drawers and pulls the headpiece out.
3, 2, 1, cheese. Very good.
However, when Jake puts the crown in his drawer, it's in the top half. This means that regardless of Holt's plans, it would still be obstructed. So instead, he pulls it out the bottom. But this isn't the only time things were too convenient, as some fans also make this argument with Amy's plan on the same night.
You thought I was just Holt's lackey, and you thought I was just Jake's girlfriend. Well, I'm my own person, capable of making my own decisions, and I decided to humiliate you both.
Number 4, Michael Hitchcock and Norm Scully's past. Hitchcock and Scully are the butts of many jokes, and many references to their past have reinforced that fact.
Scully doesn't handle pressure well. Not to brag, but Scully and I have a combined total of 14 arrests. Would have been 20, but we only got 14.
That's not enough arrests.
Well, no one asked you. It's a self-evaluation.
For example, Jake mentions that Hitchcock went bald at 15. During one flashback to the 70s, the duo seemed to look the same as their current selves, minus a couple of gray hairs.
He's dead! Actually, I was in a coma. When I woke up, I had so much mail.
But in season 6, the pair get a proper spotlight when we flash back to the 1980s. The two are badass, hunky, drug-busting detectives that are pulled straight out of an action movie. But then, which is it? Hitchcock isn't even bald in this sequence. Was it selective flashbacks or a continuity error? You decide.
Want that drink now, Hitchcock?
Don't mind if I do, Scully. Don't mind if I do.
But it's not the first time their pasts have been inconsistent, just like with Hitchcock's arrest record.
Not about me wanting the record. It's about who currently has it. Hitchcock.
Hitchcock!
How is that possible?
He's been here 20 years longer than me.
Number 3, Charles Boyle's alimony. Detective Charles Boyle is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet, but he's not the luckiest guy in the world. His breakup with his ex-wife was part of his character from day one, and while under the influence of pain medication, he lets slip their divorce arrangement.
Charles, can I speak with you?
Hey, where's Rosa? I haven't seen her all night. Did you know my wife pays me alimony?
Okay, let's take a seat.
Or does she? 2 seasons later, the plot of the episode Hostage Situation follows Charles having to fight to retain the last of his baby juice.
I'm gonna take your sperm and I'm gonna dump it into the East River.
Please don't do that.
And there will never be the possibility of a little pie-faced Charles Boyle Jr.
Unfortunately, it's also revealed that the divorce was nowhere near as generous as what we had previously heard.
I can't believe you signed this contract. The sperm is her legal possession. It also says that she, and I quote, owns your dignity. You initialed right next to that.
While this is more likely an irregularity in the show's continuity, the latter makes more sense given Boyle's non-confrontational nature. Number 2, Terry Jeffords' name slip. When you work on a show for a long time, you can get pretty close with your castmates.
It had to be extraordinary because you, my friend, are no ordinary man. In fact, you are 24-karat gold.
Countless shows have shown bloopers where the actors have blurted out the names of the actual people rather than the people they're portraying, and Brooklyn Nine-Nine is no exception. When Charles hosts Jake's bachelor party, he gets fake kidnapped as part of an elaborate mystery hunt. Terry gets so frustrated, he shouts out the wrong name.
Charles, let us get in a limo, please! Jerry's so hungry! No!
Because of how quickly he says it, it could have been easy to miss in editing. But if you look at the closed captions, you'll see he definitely had a little slip up.
Did not work at all, but I love that you attempted it. Title of your Sexton tape. All right, let's go.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Jake's time undercover. At the climax of season 1, Jake agrees to go undercover in the mob, which is a dream come true for Jake. When explaining it to the squad, he says that the assignment will probably last about 6 months.
Boyle, I want you to have my desk.
I'll sit at it always.
Rosa, you can have my locker.
Sweet.
Amy, you can have all of my open cases.
Okay, that's enough.
That makes sense, and that time away is never questioned, until a new character joins the 9-9 in season 3. While trying to relate to former deep undercover officer Adrian Pimento, the time he's spent undercover has been reduced significantly.
Psychologically, this could be a very difficult transition.
Yeah, I know. I went undercover 63 days. No big deal. You probably forgot.
That's a lot less time than the estimate Jake gave back in the day. This was such an important event in Jake's life, and considering the type of case it was, the difference seems like a pretty big discrepancy, especially as it's brought up again in season 2.
Why would I be the mole?
You were just caught sneaking classified material into the precinct. You spent 6 months undercover in the mafia and have many criminal contacts.
The change is a bit weird. Maybe there was some FBI business that we weren't let in on, or perhaps the writers just plain forgot what they'd written by the next season.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.